another video. I hope you guys are doing well today. And yeah, since today is not Friday and today is Monday, there's midweek games that starts early because, like I mentioned yesterday, the FIFA World Cup happening in November the 20th. So that's why the that games have to come quick and fast before the FIFA World Cup happens. So that's why I'm doing this video for this week's Game Week 5 predictions. So today I'll be going to my predictions on Friday, and I'm gonna reviewing them. Then I'm gonna make another video on the game week 6 predictions. So there's lots of things to do this week, and also the Chelsea game is tomorrow against Southampton. So yeah, basically there's a lot of features for me to do this week. So but yeah, I'll do it this in a nice possible way. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button below, smash a like if you enjoyed this video, make sure you share this video to everybody so that they can give their predictions in the comments down below. And don't forget to the bell notification so that you never miss any of my YouTube content. So without further ado, let's start with this week's Premier League prediction. All right, so these games kick off tomorrow, starting with Crystal Palace against Brentford. That kicks off tomorrow evening at 7:30 p.m. UK time. Now, of course, Crystal Palace lost against Manchester City last Saturday after going 2-0 up. And Brentford, they nicked a draw against Everton, So, yeah, both teams are looking. So, this is a really good game. And also, it's the London Derby because Crystal Palace is based in South London, while Brentford is based in West London. So, these two will be facing each other. It's a London Derby. So, yeah. Um, of course, Crystal Palace last home game was against Aston Villa and they beat them 3-1. So for Brentford, I expect this to be difficult because Patrick Vieira is doing well for Crystal Palace. They'll be disappointed that they couldn't manage to at least hold a win against City like they did last season, but they could be proud of themselves at least because they know it's a difficult game. But if they show heart, fire, desire, and passion, then that's good. That's what they did in the first half. Then in the second half, they were a bit tired. They didn't do well defensively, so that's why they've conceded 4 goals. But at least they did one in the first half. So, and yeah, for Brentford, they were 1-0 down up until 84th minute. They scored an equalizer. So for this game, this is going to be difficult. But I'm gonna go for 3-1 Palace. I think here that I think I think this will be a difficult game for Brentford because they know that going to Selhurst Park ain't that easy. It ain't that easy. So yeah, of course they've lost one whole game, which is the opening day of the season against Arsenal. But the next home game they beat Aston Villa. So yeah, so I expect this to be difficult for Brentford. I think they will score, but I think Crystal Palace will get the win because they have really good players such as Edward, Zaha, all of these types of players. So yeah, it's going to be difficult for Brentford. So I'm going to go for 3-1 Crystal Palace win. Right, the next game, Fulham against Brighton. Could Brighton, yeah, could Brighton lose their first game of the season? Because Fulham lost against Arsenal, which is their first game. So could this be the same thing for Brighton because they're still unbeaten and they have the same points as Tottenham and Manchester City, who are above them, if you know what I mean. So yeah, Fulham, their home record is really good. They drew against Liverpool, they beat Brentford 3-2, and now they're facing Brighton. So this one, I'm for this one, yeah, Fulham was really disappointed to lose against Arsenal because the way they played well in the first and also scored through Alexander Mitrovic. So yeah, but for this one, oh, this is going to be difficult. Brighton really impressed me, but Fulham played really good football at home. So for this one, gosh. So for now, I think Brighton will lose their first game. So I'm going to go for a tight win of 2-1. I don't think there will be lots of goals like Fulham and Brentford did, but that's because of West London Derby, and we expected to see lots of excitement. So yeah, but for this one, I'm going to go for a tight one. I think Fulham will score first, and then maybe Brighton will score, but then Fulham will just nick 3 points, just nick it. It's going to be a tight one because Brighton, yeah, has really surprised me. And Graham Potter is doing wonders for Brighton as well. So, yeah, but for this one, I think Brighton will lose their first game of the season. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Fulham win on that one. All right, the next one is my football club, Chelsea, up against Southampton and St Mary's. Now, the last time Chelsea faced Southampton at St Mary's last season, we beat them 6-0. You know, we were 4-0 at first half, and then we scored two more in the second half. And to be honest, if it could have been more, really could have been more. We could have destroyed Southampton like Leicester did when they beat them 9-0. But oh well, so yeah, Southampton played really well against Manchester United. And for this game, I think they might do the same thing against Chelsea, unless Chelsea can have that same performance as they did against Southampton last season. But the thing is, there's no Timo Werner; he's left, so that's it. So, but the way we played against Leicester in the second half was really, really good, and that's that tactical change at halftime really worked because he started with a back four, which we all wanted, but we can all see it didn't work. Then we switched it to a back three. He put Reece James as right wing back, Aspilicueta as the right centre back, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the two pivot, and it actually worked. It really worked. So I really hope that Thomas Tuchel goes with that same players and drops Mason Mount on the bench because uh, you can see that we've played better football when he's not playing and he's on the bench. So yeah, so that's what I expect. But I'll talk about this later today in my match preview. So make sure you don't miss of that as well. So for this one, I'm gonna go for a 3-0 Chelsea win. I think here Southampton will be disappointed not to be Manchester United because they play better football and they had so many chances, but they noticed that Man United haven't been playing really well this season. So yeah, they expect this to be a tougher one than Chelsea than Man United, but they expect to have that same kind of performance. And if they do, I think Chelsea will win 1-0. But if they don't, we will just destroy them like we did last season. So yeah. But for now I'm gonna go for 3-0 Chelsea on that one. All right, Leeds United against Everton. Of course, Leeds United lost their first game of the season, and that was against Brighton. Whereas for Everton, they're still winless, still winless, and they're in 18th place because they've only got 2 points so far this season. So Everton for me are in serious, serious trouble. And going to Elland ain't that easy. It ain't that easy because when Wolves went there, they beat them 2-1. When Chelsea went there, Leeds beat Chelsea 3-0. So for me, yeah, this is tough, but I'm gonna have to go for a 2-1 Leeds United win because for me, Everton really haven't impressed me and they haven't improved their squad. And Lampard is in serious, serious trouble. If Everton want to avoid relegation, they need to pick up themselves and really start to get better performances. Because if they continue like this year, they're in serious trouble for relegation. And I feel bad for the fans and they'll be screaming at the owner that they want him out. They need more players. They need to improve because this is not good for Everton. Whereas for Leeds United, they've lost their first game, but I believe they'll bounce back. So that's why in this game, I'm gonna go for. Should I go for 3-1 Leeds? No, I don't want to change my first prediction. So yeah, I'm sticking to 2-1 Leeds United. Simple as that. All right, moving on into Wednesday's games. AFC Bournemouth against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now these two didn't win their last game. Wolves drawn against Newcastle, and then Bournemouth got destroyed by Liverpool 9-0. So yeah, for this one, I think yeah, Bournemouth has faced tough teams like Arsenal first, then Manchester City, then no, sorry, no, Manchester City first, then Arsenal, then Bournemouth didn't score and they conceded so many goals. So I think for this one, I think Bournemouth will bounce back because they know that Wolves haven't won their game, haven't won the game since, So that's why for this one, I'm gonna go for. Man, there's so many 2-1s, that I'm predicting. But should I go for 2-0 Bournemouth? This one is tough. You know what? No, I'm going to go for 2-1 Bournemouth because I believe they'll bounce back. After that disappointing result against big teams like that, I think they'll bounce back. I think Wolves will score, but Bournemouth will definitely get the win, and they need to. because they don't to be back in Championship next season. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 2-1. Excuse me. Um, Bournemouth win on that one. Right. Arsenal against Aston Villa. Aston Villa and Steven Gerrard are in trouble. Whereas for Arsenal, 4 wins out of four, 12th place and top of the league. So I'm expecting none other than an Arsenal win of probably should I go for 3-0 Arsenal? Uh because Aston Villa don't usually score goals. Um yeah, I'm gonna go for 3-0 actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go for 3-0 Arsenal win because I mean, their defense and the goalkeeper, boy, they do really well. And Luis Liba, I think he's starting to be a bit better than Virgil van Dijk. So I don't think Arsenal will concede. So I'm going to go for 3-0. They really impressed me, and we need to start taking Arsenal seriously because many people, like myself and any other fans, thought that Arsenal will struggle again. Even though they signed new players, I believe they'll struggle again because of Mikel Arteta. But they've proven us wrong and we need to start taking Arsenal seriously, yeah. But if they bottled it, boy oh boy, I don't know how on earth Arsenal fans are going to cope this. But yeah, I think Arsenal will definitely finish in the top four. Even though I'm deluded, I think they will. They have to. Otherwise, it will be another season of failure for them. So yeah, but for this game on Wednesday, I'm gonna go for an Arsenal win of 3-0. Right, Manchester City against Nottingham Forest. Of course, Man City won their game against Crystal Palace after going 2-0 down to make it 4-2. Whereas for Nottingham Forest, they've lost against Tottenham 2-0. So yeah, for this game, it's going to be difficult for Nottingham Forest. Absolutely difficult. So for this one, I'm going to go for a 4-0 Manchester City win. Because Nottingham Forest completely dominated Tottenham from start to finish, but they couldn't manage to find goals. And then, first of all, Harry Kane scored 2 goals, could have scored a hat trick, but Dean Henderson saved the game. And for me, yeah, I think Dean Henderson should be picked for World Cup. I think he should be number one because Pickford ain't doing well for Everton, and Ramsdale is okay, but sometimes he cannot command very, very well. So that's the only thing I can say. So I think I will leave out Jordan Pickford for the out of the World Cup, and I'll put Jordan Henderson and maybe Ramsdale as and maybe Nick Pope as well for the World Cup. Those are the three goalkeepers I want for the World Cup. So yeah. So that's basically it. So Dean Henderson, Ramsdale, and Nick Pope. Simple as that. I'll leave out Pickford. That's all I got to say on that one. So yeah, but focusing on Manchester City, I think I think they'll continue to be unbeaten. They'll lose a couple of games, but I don't think they'll lose that much. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 4-0. I believe Erling Haaland will score again at the Etihad like he does, and maybe Kevin De Bruyne will score as well. So that's basically it. So 4-0 to Manchester City is going to be my prediction on that game. Right, moving on into another London derby. West Ham United up against Tottenham Hotspur. Now, West Ham got their first 3 points of the season because they beat Aston Villa 1-0 yesterday. Whereas for Tottenham, they beat Nottingham Forest 2-0 at the City Ground. So both London clubs got their win. But for this one, for West Ham United, even though they've won against Aston Villa, they know this will be a difficult game because they know that Tottenham Hotspur are playing really good football, really good football. So yeah, so for this game, I'm gonna go for. Ooh, I'm gonna go for 2-0 Tottenham. I believe they will win a game because Antonio Conte is really taking Tottenham to the next level. Could they challenge for the title? Possibly, but I'm really not sure. Could they win a trophy? Possibly, if they don't buy it again. So yeah, Antonio Conte is doing wonders for Tottenham, and I know the Tottenham fans expect Richarlison to start because when he came on off the bench against against Nottingham Forest, he got the assist. So many other fans expect Richarlison to start and West Human Son because of the last couple of games. He hasn't looked that great, so they expect Son to be dropped and Richarlison to start as the front three, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. So I think I'm going to go for 2-0 Tottenham. I think West Ham will be happy for that win against Aston Villa, but they know it's going to be a difficult test unless West Ham can do what they did last season against Tottenham and beat them 3-1. But I don't see that happening. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Tottenham win on that one. Right, Liverpool against Newcastle United. I'm definitely looking forward to that game. I'll be definitely watching it as well. Now, of course, Liverpool got that 9-0 win against Bournemouth, whereas for Newcastle United, they drew against Wolves and they should have won. Should have won against Wolves. So, um, now this one is difficult. Should I go for a Liverpool win or should I go for a draw? Because Newcastle really impressed me, and going to Anfield ain't that easy. So, gosh, this one is difficult for me. Oh boy. Liverpool are good and Newcastle still unbeaten. So and Newcastle are above them. You know what, yeah, just like Crystal Palace, I'm gonna go for 1-1. I think here that Liverpool will completely dominate Newcastle, but Newcastle will just find a way here to get an equalizer. And I don't. And normally, Newcastle don't have a really good record against Liverpool. When they faced each other last season at St James Park, it was 0-0. So for this one, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw against Liverpool for Newcastle United. If they get the win, boy, that would be great. But if they lose, that will be their first loss because Newcastle United are still unbeaten and it really surprised me. So this game, I'm going to go for a draw between them. And last and not least, oh, what's happening? Okay, last and not least, Leicester City up against Manchester United. And of course, Man United got that 1-0 win against Southampton, whereas for Leicester, they've lost against Chelsea. So for this game, of course, when these two faced each other last season, Leicester City beat them 4-2 after Man United were 1-0 up. So for this one, um, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Manchester United win. I think here that if South like Martinez really impressed me over the last two games, and yeah, Bruno Fernandes is playing well. Ronaldo could he be dropped on the bench yet again? Because when Bruno Fernandes plays for Manchester United, he normally plays well when Ronaldo's on the bench rather than him starting. If you know what I mean. So yeah, could we see that? I feel like he could use that same formation as they did against Southampton. So yeah, I expect it to be a bit difficult for Manchester United because the way Leicester played against Chelsea, but I think they'll get the 3 points. I think here that Man United will be back, but I don't think they will definitely be in the top four. I put them in fifth place or maybe sixth. In the Europa League places because they have really good players, but in terms of their performance, it hasn't been that great over the last couple of games. So yeah, but I think Man United will get the win. So that's going to be 2-1 to them. So yeah, that will be it. And before I go through my predictions, I'd like to let you guys know if you live in the UK, all of these games from tomorrow all the way up to Thursday will be live on BT Sport. Yes, all 10 games live on BT Sport since the midweek game. So yeah, if you live somewhere else, I'm not sure what channels you can watch your team. But for me, since I'm a Chelsea fan and since I live in the UK, I can watch it live on BT Sport. I'm not sure what BT Sport is going to be. It could be one, two, three, or four, or maybe five, or something like that. But no matter what it is, I can watch it on BT Sport. So those are the 10 games live on BT Sport. So that's good. That's really good. So yeah, so let's me run through the predictions one more time. So Crystal Palace against Brentford, I've gone for Palace win of 3-1. For Fulham against Brighton, I've gone for 2-1 Fulham win. For Southampton against Chelsea, I've gone for a Chelsea win of 3-0. For Leeds United against Everton, I've gone for Leeds. You've gone for Leeds win of 2-1. For Bournemouth against Wolves, I've gone for Bournemouth win of 2-1. Arsenal against Villa, I've gone for an Arsenal of 3-0 to the Gunners, of course. Man City against Forest, I've gone for City win of 4-0. West Ham United against Tottenham, I've gone for a Spurs win of 2-0. For Liverpool against Newcastle United, I've gone for a 1-1 draw between them. And for Leicester City against Manchester United, I've gone for a Manchester United win of 2-1. So yeah, that is it. That is all my predictions. So far, so yesterday I got 8 points, and I'm hoping to to get more points out of this. So yeah. So I remember um, I got my first 3 points of yesterday's predictions, and I'm looking to get most of the 3 points yet again. So, and I'm looking to beat the 8 points record because that's my highest so far. I want to get more. I want to get a maximum of 30 points from now until the end of this season. So that's my aim for my predictions in my show. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget that later on today there will be a match previews for Southampton against Chelsea, so make sure you don't miss any of that. And also don't forget, if you are new, hit the subscribe button below. Smash a like if you enjoyed this series and this video. Make sure you share this video with everybody so that they can give their predictions in the comments down below. And make sure you hit the bell notification so that you never ever miss any of my YouTube content. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves, take care, and as always, up the Blues. See you guys for the match preview for Chelsea versus Southampton.